Welcome to the Ontario Crop Protection Hub. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to find specific restricted entry interval, pre-harvest interval, and maximum application information related to a specific crop. There are a couple ways that you can do this using the application. I'm going to be showing you both ways in this video. First, with using a control search. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to be showing the fruit crop control search. And then next, using the product listing. So first, let's scroll down to a control search. So you'll look for this section here where it says looking for insect disease and other crop management strategies. For the sake of this example, I'm just going to be showing you the fruit crop protection search. And we're going to be searching apples bearing. So here you'll see when I've clicked on fruit crop protection search, it takes me to this page where it wants me to select a specific crop. When I click on this right here, which is the search bar, it's going to bring me up a drop-down menu. You'll see here there are 21 crops listed. You can scroll through this list of crops. So you can just scroll using either this scrolling bar here, or you can scroll using the scroll on your mouse if that's what you're using. Another option is that you can actually type in this search bar. You'll see that I said that I was going to be using apples bearing as the example. So since I can see it there, I could actually just click on it. But just to show you how the search works, I'm going to start typing in the search bar. I'm going to type to apples there, and it'll show me my two different options for apples. So here I'm going to click on apples bearing, and it'll take me to this next step. For this next step, you're going to be selecting a growth stage. So it's the growth stage for your crop. Again, clicking in this search bar, it'll bring down a drop down, and you can scroll through this list. So let's just say I know that I'm looking for petal fall. I could scroll down this list until I get to petal fall, or the exact same as when you were looking for a crop, you can actually type in this search bar here. I'll type in petal fall. I'm going to be looking for this growth stage. So I'm going to click on that. Now it's brought up 99 products. So these are all products registered on apples bearing at this growth stage. This has nothing to do at this point with the specific pest. You haven't actually narrowed down to the specific pest yet, but basically it's just showing you if there is a product registered for apples at petal fall for any pest, it'll be showing you that here. So what we can do is let's just say you know that you are looking for a specific product. So let's just say you're looking for Quava. You can start to scroll down the page and look for the specific product card. So you'll see we would call these product cards. Or if you want to look for specific pests, or you want to narrow down by pest, I'll show you how to use this pest or growth regulator section in a second. So first, let's just say you know you're looking for Quava. Often what people will do is just scroll through. So you could scroll down this list looking for the product. If you know the chemical group, so you'll see that the chemical groups are listed right here. They are in order of chemical group automatically. So you could just scroll down and look for the specific group that Quava is in. So here you'll see it's a FRAC M1. Another option though, so I'm just going to scroll back up to the top. Another option is to click Control F on your keyboard. So the Control key and then the letter F, which will bring up this search bar in the top right-hand corner of your screen. So I already have Quava written there. I'm just going to type it again. So Cueva. You type it in, it should just skip you automatically to that specific product. If for whatever reason there was a word that appeared multiple times on the page, it would show you that there were multiple. But in this case, it just kind of jumps you down to Quava, which is a really quick way to find that product. So once I found Quava, you'll see that on the product card, there's specific information like the product type, honeybee toxicity, active ingredient, even an efficacy breakdown, which we'll show in a different video. But to find the restricted entry interval, pre-harvest interval, or maximum application information, we're actually going to want to click on this view detail buttons here, the button here. So when I open this up, you'll see that there's a bunch of different information about the product. So there's the PCP number, the active ingredient, the chemical group, if it's organic. I want to actually scroll down below the rate information, and here I'll find the restricted entry interval information, pre-harvest interval information, and maximum use per season. So it's either cumulative amount or maximum number of applications, or it may show you both in some cases. So here, this is where you'll find this information. You may see that there are multiple different REIs for certain products. That would just be based on the activity. So in the case of Quava for apples bearing, you'll see that it is a 4-hour REI, a 1-day PHI, and there's a maximum of 10 applications. So I'm just going to click out of this. There's two options to do that. You can either scroll to the top and you can click on close on the right-hand side up at the top, or you can just click this white space here. Another option that I'm going to show you is if you, let's just say there were specific pests that you knew that you wanted to manage. So in this case, why don't we scroll back up? If you knew that there were specific pests that you wanted to manage and there wasn't, let's just say, a specific product that you knew you wanted to use. So in the last example, I showed Quava. In this example, let's just say you don't know which product you want to use, but you know that you are dealing with scab and you want to be able to manage that pest. We're going to click in here where it says select pests or growth regulators. You'll see that again, there's this drop-down menu and it has everything sorted by disease, insect, and then other. So basically just anything that doesn't fit under those categories, or mites. So again, we could just click on scab when we see it here under diseases. But what I'm going to do here is show you again, you can just type it in. So we'll type in scab and I'm just going to click on scab. So once I click on scab, this narrows down the products a little bit more. So it provides you a lot of different options for products. At this point in time, if you wanted to scroll through and look at specific information, so you could look at specific efficacy information by clicking these open. So let's just say you wanted to look at these top products here and look at the efficacy for all of them. You could just click the view efficacy breakdown on all of them. And then if you wanted to close it, you would just click this X here. After looking at that information, let's just say that Approvia Top is the product that you think you want to use, or you want to look up its restricted entry interval. Again, you'll click on view details here, and then you'll scroll down to where it shows restricted entry interval. And you can see that for Approvia Top, the restricted entry interval for apples bearing is 12 hours. So that's how you would find this information using the control search. There's another option for finding the information. So I'm just going to close out of here. Let's go back to the home page. So to go back to the home page, you can just click on the ministry name up at the top. So we'll click there. It brings us back to that home page that we were at. Let's just say again that you knew that you wanted to use Quava and you know that it's a fungicide. So we're going to scroll down to where it shows looking for a specific product. You're going to click on fungicides, and then it'll bring up a list of all of the fungicides in the system. So you'll see there's 309. You'll want to narrow it down a little bit more than that. So again, let's click on view or edit filters here so that we can actually narrow it down. Once I click on that, it opens up a bunch of different groups. We're going to use apples for this example still. So let's click on fruit, and I'm going to click on apples bearing. Once you've done that, you can just click back over to the white space because it's narrowed down. And you'll see here it has a list of all the fungicides registered for apples bearing. I'm going to scroll down here. Again, you can scroll, or you could use that Control F function I showed. So clicking Control and then holding that down as you click the letter F. Or here you can see Quava is already there in the list, so I can click that open. You'll find a bunch of different information here, but what you'll want to click on to find the restricted entry interval is just the product restriction info. So let's click there, and it'll show you product restriction info here for Quava for all of the products that it's registered on. This here is just the product listing, so it's sort of like a product card that applies to all different crops. But in this case, you know that you're looking for information for apples bearing. So you could just scroll down. You can see it in the list here. When I click that open, it'll show me that information that we saw under view details in the control search. So a 4-hour REI, 1-day PHI, and 10 max applications. So that's another way for you to find the information if you know which crop and which product you're looking for.